What's your frick this? I quit story. I got an interview offer from Vector Marketing Cutco as a teen. I went. It was a knife presentation. The presenter pulled me into the office for a short interview. Offered me the job on the spot. So you expect me to make appointments and travel? Yes. And you want me to pay for my own knives, then tell me to sell them to my friends and family for commission? Yes. I'll just get a real job. I worked for a company for over a year that was contracted to make deliveries for Amazon. The vans they equipped us with were terribly maintained and fully unequipped to handle winter weather. I worked with the company through their first winter, which meant sliding all over the road when it was icy and getting stuck constantly every time we had snow. I never had a major accident, though I did have 2 or 3 close calls where only minor damage was incurred to the van. I decided to stick it out through the summer, when the weather was obviously much better. All summer long they promised us that new and better vans were coming. September rolls around, no vans. October, no vans. November, no vans. That month we got our first real snow. I got back from my route and immediately put in my notice. My boss told me they would be getting new vans by the end of the year. I told her that was nice and walked. I wonder if they ever did get new vans. My gut says no, but my heart says also no. I was in the same position for 2 years and was actively looking at other positions within the same company. Bosses knew about it. It was just time for a change and to advance my career. Great opportunity came up and I was offered the position. However, my current leadership blocked me because I received a promotion 6 months prior. That promotion was literally an automatic email that said congrats, you're now level 2 instead of level 1, because I had met my sales attainment and completed all my yearly trainings. Literally an automated email stopped me from getting promoted and bosses said I had to wait another 18 months. Left that company and went to a competitor doing the same thing for better pay and significantly more support. Was working at a restaurant in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Found a better job that actually gave me hours and went in to put my 2-week notice. Was more like a week, a few days due to timing of the new gig. In out of courtesy, I got a lecture about how I could never come back to the company since it wasn't a full 2 weeks. I then suggested politely that that's great. Let's say today is my last day then. Was such a relief. Currently in the US military, was back and forth about re-enlisting for another 4 years. Have done 9 to this point. I have a 3-year-old daughter at home who I haven't seen in almost 2 years for more than 3 weeks. Was talking to an officer in my chain of command when I told him my thoughts. I had just received orders to remain overseas for an additional 2 years. His exact words were, "You've already missed 2 years of her life, you can afford to lose 2 more." I went to my command career counselor office that day and signed my intention. Was at a job for 3 years, consistently in the top 3 of my department in terms of performance. Asked my supervisor repeatedly if I could be recommended for advancement/promotion and he always told me he was trying his best to get me new opportunities. Found out from a friend in a different department that I'd been considered a top candidate for 4 different promotions and each time my supervisor had blocked it. When I confronted him with this information, he told me it was true, and he did it, because I could never find someone who does what you do without paying them a lot more. Internally said fuck this. I quit and found a new job within 3 months. Took all my PTO, and on the day I came back I quit 2 hours into the day, leaving him high and dry at a peak time. Fuck that dude. Working at a tech support call center. I put in for a day off for my birthday a month in advance. Boss forgot to process my request and said I couldn't get it off. When I asked about it closer to the date, saying something about time off requests being locked due to upcoming trainings. Those trainings were 2 weeks after my birthday. My boss had my crew and I cut corners on a job. I was fairly new to the position and took what he said as the way it was supposed to get done. Inspectors then came and checked the job because of an unrelated screw up by another company and in turn found out what we had done. Boss then blamed the whole thing on me and denied he ever told me to do it the way it was done. Spent the next 2 days replacing all previous work to the way it should have been. Boss then told me that he was not going to pay me for the days of work, 14 hours each day, because I was fixing my fuck ups. All the while during the 2 days getting called a fucking idiot and a liar. Fuck you, I quit. Was delivering pizzas in high school and I had to deliver to this trailer park. It had a few hundred lots and was kinda confusing since I had never been there before and the store map was horrible. Boss wrote the directions down wrong. He was the only one allowed to answer phones, and after 90 minutes I find the place. The guy gets the stuff for free and I told him no to the tip because I should have double checked before leaving. I head back to the store and the boss says I have another order to deliver and I was going to pay for both of these orders out of my pocket. I said I quit and walked out. He was an Italian immigrant and started cursing at me in Italian. 6 months later the place closed because he could not keep drivers because of this crap. I had a manager who just didn't like me. I don't know why, it happens. But she couldn't keep it professional and acted as if every mistake I had made on purpose just to fuck with her. Meanwhile everyone else told me that they were super happy with me and I was a great worker. So she had worked that Saturday, and when I turned on my PC that Monday morning I had about 10 emails from her, all with screenshots and rude remarks like why is it so hard for you to follow the rules? And how did you not know this? While she was the one that trained me. Fuck that shit, I'm worth way more than that. I was 20 and had been working in a call center for just over a year. I was promoted to an assistant manager with a new compensation structure that was identical to the other assistant manager. Basically you got your wage, a very small percent of the total office revenue, and then 10% of your own revenue from when you worked on the phone. My immediate manager and office supervisor gave me this without confirming it with the regional manager, who was on a 2-month vacation in the drive. When I got my first check, after being promoted there was no bonus. I was told it would